Humans are remarkably delicate beings, I observed to my superior, Commander Vexorn. Study this one. So soft, so pliant. The human female bound to our interrogation platform fixed me with those curious liquid orbs they call eyes. Astonishing. Really, how such primitive organs convey such depth of emotion. Officer Zant, concentrate on the mission, Commander Vexorn barked, his dual forearms slicing through the air with impatience. This human craft trespassed in restricted space near the Galactic Council's seat. We require intelligence, not your commentary. Notes on human physiology. I clicked my mandibles in acknowledgement. Yes, Commander. The human, she called herself Amanda Parker, regarded us with an unsettling calm. By now, most species would be flooding the air with fear pheromones, pleading for release, or at least trembling in panic. But this one, she looked almost indifferent. Let's try once more, I said, adjusting the neural stimulator. Why were you in restricted space, human? Amanda exhaled with theatrical frustration. As I've explained the last 17 times, I was lost. My navigation system failed. Too complex a concept for your supposedly advanced civilization to comprehend? Commander Vexorn hissed sharply. Mind your tone, human. You stand accused of espionage against the Galactic Council. Your crude tricks will not avail you here. Crude? Amanda laughed. That's priceless. Coming from a species that only cracked faster than light travel 3 centuries ago? We humans had reality television running longer than that. Not sure which is the bigger embarrassment, honestly. I let out a sharp chirp of amusement before disguising it as a cough when Vexorn's glare cut into me like a blade. Officer Zant Kor, raise the pain stimulator to level 3, he commanded. Commander, protocol recommends we... Now, officer. Reluctantly, I turned the dial. The human's muscles tightened, her features twisting for an instant, then smoothing into something almost casual, almost mocking. That same infuriating smirk lingered. Is that the best you can do? Amanda asked, arching a brow. Honestly, my morning coffee packs more punch. Commander Vexorn's cranial ridges flared purple with fury. You insolent being! Do you not comprehend your predicament? You stand alone, seized by the most formidable military power in the galaxy, accused of crimes punishable by complete molecular disintegration. Uh-huh, Amanda replied, casually inspecting her fingernails as if we were chatting about weather. Quick question, do you guys have bathrooms on this ship, or do you just, I don't know, photosynthesize? Everything in me strained to suppress another laugh. This human was either recklessly brave or unbelievably foolish, possibly both, which our intelligence reports suggested was not unusual for their kind. Officer, leave us, Commander Vexorn ordered abruptly. I will conduct this interrogation myself. Alarm flared through my neural pathways. Vexorn was infamous for his creative interrogation techniques, methods that often left subjects far too dead to reveal anything useful. Commander, with respect, Council Protocol 72B requires that all interrogations be observed by at least 2 officers of... Are you questioning my authority, Officer Zant Kor? His voice sank to a lethal whisper. I faltered. My career advancement hung precariously in the balance. My prospects were already damaged after the disastrous diplomatic mishap on Proxima Centauri 4. Evidently, certain species view accidental flatulence during treaty negotiations as a mortal insult. Who could have predicted that? Another failure. Now would almost certainly earn me reassignment to some remote outpost tracking orbital debris. No, Commander, I said carefully. But as the ranking xenobiologist, I must urge restraint. Human physiology is deceptively fragile, yet strangely resilient in ways we don't fully understand. Their tolerance for pain varies wildly from one individual to another. Amanda gave a short laugh. Translation: he doesn't want you to break me before you get your answers. Smart bug. I am not a bug, I snapped automatically. The Vexian species evolved from reptilian ancestors, not insects, are exoskeletal, characteristics developed as an adaptation to Officer Vexorn thundered out now. With a reluctant bow, I retreated to the observation room adjacent to the interrogation chamber. Through the one-way quantum glass I could observe while maintaining sensor readings of the human's vital signs. Commander Vexorn circled Amanda slowly, his tail twitching in the distinctive pattern indicating he was about to do something extremely unpleasant. "Human," he said softly, "perhaps you don't appreciate the gravity of your situation. Let me explain it clearly. Your vessel was detected in a highly secured area. Your navigation systems show deliberate course corrections, not the random drift pattern consistent with system malfunction, and most damning of all, he leaned close to her face. We detected quantum encryption transmissions from your ship to an unknown receiver." Landa's heart rate spiked momentarily, the first genuine physiological response I detected from her. "Interesting. Your imagination is impressive," she replied coolly. "Maybe you should write fiction instead of playing bad cop, though I'm not sure there's much of a market for sorry Arabtilian-derived literature." Vexorn struck with lightning speed, one of his secondary arms slamming down on the control panel. The neural stimulator jumped to level 7, well beyond safety protocols for human subjects, and as body arced against her restraints. A scream tearing from her throat. Her vital signs went haywire on my monitor. I moved to intervene. But then, something peculiar happened. Her neural patterns shifted, reorganized almost as if, "Oh, Commander," I called through the intercom, "I'm detecting unusual brain activity in the subject." Vexorn ignored me, leaning close to Amanda's ear, ready to tell the truth. "Now, human spy." Amanda's eyes fluttered open and she smiled through obvious pain. "You know what's funny about humans, Commander?" she gasped. "We are really good at multitasking. As if on cue, the ship's alarm system blared to life. 'Attention all personnel,' the automated system announced. 'Security Commander Vexorn loses patience breach detected in multiple sectors. Unknown intruders aboard.' This is not a drill, repeat. This is not a drill." Vexor's head snapped up. "What is this? What have you done?" Amanda's smile widened. "Me. I'm just lying here being tortured. Not doing much of anything, really." The intercom crackled with urgent messages. "Security to Hangar Bay. We are under attack. Multiple breaches in sectors 7, 12, and 14. They have disabled the primary defense grid." "Who are they?" Vexorn demanded, grabbing Amanda by the throat. Despite his grip, she managed to laugh. "You really should have searched me more thoroughly." I quickly reviewed the intake scans and spotted it immediately. How had we missed it? A subdermal implant near her brainstem, emitting barely detectable quantum signals, identical to normal human neural activity. "Commander," I shouted, "she has a communication implant. She's been transmitting our position and security protocols this entire time." Exor roared in fury, but before he could react, further the lights flickered and died, plunging the room into darkness. The emergency systems kicked in moments later, bathing everything in an ominous red glow. "Attention," the ship's AI announced with disturbing calm. "Multiple hull breaches detected. Life support compromised in sectors 3 through 19. All personnel evacuate immediately. Self-destruct sequence initiated 15 minutes to detonation override." Vexorn screamed security clearance. "Vexorn Alpha 97 override. Denied." The AI replied, pleasantly, "Command functions rerouted." I stared at Amanda through the quantum glass. Despite the chaos, despite being strapped to an interrogation table in a ship about to self-destruct, she looked satisfied. The door to the interrogation room slid open and 3 figures entered, humans wearing what appeared to be advanced combat suits, unlike anything in our intelligence files. "Took you long enough?" Amanda called out. "Traffic was hell," replied one of the humans, a tall male with dark skin, who moved with predatory grace. Plus, someone decided to take a scenic route through an asteroid field that was tactical evasion. The distraction works. Ship breach, protested another, a shorter female with facial features suggesting Eastern Earth. Ancestry, the third human distinguishable by a shock of red hair, approached Amanda and released her restraints. "You okay, Captain? Been better, Lieutenant Jordan," Amanda replied, rubbing her wrists. "But mission accomplished. They never even checked the data I was carrying." I couldn't believe what I was witnessing. This had been planned. The human had allowed herself to be captured deliberately. Commander Vexor, apparently, reached the same conclusion. With a roar of rage, he lunged at the humans, all four arms, extended claws unscathed. The red-haired human Lieutenant Jordan didn't even turn around. He simply raised a small device, pressed a button, and Vexorn collapsed to the floor, his body convulsing. "Neural disruptor," Jordan explained to Amanda. "Turns out Vexian nervous systems are particularly susceptible. Who knew I did, actually? It was in my research paper published last cycle, Comparative Vulnerabilities in Sentient Neural Structures. But apparently, no one ever reads scientific journals anymore." "We should go." The female human urged. 13 minutes until this place turns into space. "Confetti?" Amanda nodded, then paused, looking directly at the quantum glass at me. She shouldn't have been able to see through it, and yet her eyes locked with mine. "You coming, Officer Zant?" she called out. "Or would you prefer to be molecular dust?" I froze. How did she know I was here? How did she know my name? What was happening? A door to my observation room slid open, revealing the tall human male decisions, he said with a grin that displayed far too many teeth. "Tick-tock bug." "Man, I am not a bug," I protested automatically before realizing. "Fine," I said, making my decision, "but I am bringing my personal research." Data Amanda grinned. "Wouldn't have it any other way. Jordan helped the good doctor. Gather his things 2 minutes, then we are gone with or without you both," as I hurriedly downloaded my life's work onto portable quantum storage. I couldn't help asking, "Why did you choose me?" Lieutenant Jordan shrugged. "We didn't. Captain Parker did said she had a feeling about you when she reviewed the ship's personnel files before getting captured. That's highly illogical. Welcome to working with humans." Doc Jordan laughed. "You will learn that highly illogical is practically our species' motto 7 minutes later, as we watched from the safety of the human vessel as my former ship exploded in a spectacular display of quantum chain reactions. I reflected that perhaps there was something to be said for illogical choices, Amanda. Parker appeared beside me at the viewport. "The truth about consciousness. Theft beautiful." "In its way," she remarked. "You realize the Council will come after you with everything they have now," I said. She smiled that strange, confident human smile again. "Counting on it. Phase 1 complete." Phase 1. I repeated, a sense of foreboding washing over me. "Oh, Zant Core," she said, patting my exoskeletal shoulder with surprising gentleness. "You have no idea what's coming." And as the human vessel accelerated to faster than light speeds, leaving the debris of my past life behind, I realized with growing alarm that she was absolutely right. I had no idea what was coming, but based on what I'd witnessed so far, the Galactic Council wasn't ready for humanity's next move. Humans have a saying, out of the frying pan into the fire. Lieutenant Jordan explained this idiom to me during my cultural integration briefing aboard their ship, the S-Defiant. As axionobiologist, I found human expressions fascinating if perplexing. This particular one, however, proved disturbingly apt from my situation. "You look troubled, Dr. Zant Core," Amanda Parker remarked, entering the laboratory they had assigned me. 2 standard weeks had passed since my defection. "Captain Parker." I acknowledged, my mandibles clicking nervously. "I have been reviewing the data we extracted from the Council ship," and she leaned against my workstation, that perpetual half-smile playing on her lips. "And I believe we may have significantly underestimated the Council's progress with the stolen technology." I pulled up a holographic display showing molecular structures. These are quantum-entangled nanoparticles designed to interface with organic neural tissue. Amanda's smile vanished. Mind control tech. Worse consciousness transfer. I highlighted specific sequences in the molecular chain. The Council isn't just stealing human technology, they are attempting to extract and store human consciousness. Her face remained impassive, but her pulse visible to my Vrexian vision in the blood vessels of her neck accelerated dramatically. "How far along are they?" she asked quietly. "Based on these research logs, they have successfully extracted consciousness from 27 test subjects." "Test subjects?" she repeated flatly. "You mean abducted humans?" I lowered my gaze. "Yes, primarily from outlying colonies where disappearances might go unnoticed or be attributed to local dangers." Amanda turned away, her body language registering what humans call anger, though that simple word hardly captured the complex physiological response I was observing. Why, she finally asked, "What possible use could they have for stored human consciousness?" It puzzled me as well until I found this. Brought up another file, a classified council directive marked with High Counselor Drabnex's personal encryption. It seems humans possess something the Council has never encountered before, which is your species calls it creativity. The ability to conceptualize entirely new possibilities without precedent. To Europa Station's strategy. Imagine things that do not exist and then bring them into existence. Amanda frowned. "Every sentient species has creativity." "No," I corrected. "Most species have problem. Solving abilities, pattern recognition, and technological adaptation. But true creativity, the capacity to envision, the completely novel is extraordinarily rare in the Council's 10,000-year history. They have only documented 3 species with this trait. 2 are extinct, and they want to harvest our creativity." Her voice dripped with sarcasm, bottle it up for special occasions. "Essentially, yes," I gestured to the data. "According to these files, the Council believes that by extracting and networking human consciousness, they can create a creativity engine to drive technological advancement while keeping humanity itself contained." The ship's intercom interrupted us. Captain Parker to the bridge. "Priority signal. Incoming." Amanda straightened. "We will continue this discussion later, Dr. Intha. Meantime, compile everything you have found. And Zant Core." She paused at the door. "Thank you for confirming what we suspected." "Wait. They suspected this already. What else weren't they telling me?" The bridge of the S Defiant hummed with quiet tension when I arrived 20 minutes later. Having been summoned by Lieutenant Jordan, Dr. Amanda acknowledged me with a nod. "Perfect timing. We have received intelligence that may correlate with your findings." The main view screen displayed a star chart with several systems highlighted. "These are the locations of suspected abductions," explained Commander Rhea Garcia, the ship's tactical officer and the short female human from the rescue operation. "We have been tracking them for months, trying to establish a pattern. And now we have," Amanda continued. "They are not random at all. Each abduction site corresponds to a human colony known for particular achievements. New London for quantum physics breakthroughs, Titan Base 4. Environmental engineering, New Mumbai for medical advancements. They are targeting our best and brightest," Jordan added grimly. I studied the display, my scientific mind automatically seeking patterns. These systems form a geometric progression. I noted if my analysis is correct, the next target would be Europa. Station Amanda finished humanity's premier research facility for consciousness computer interface technology. A chill ran through my exoskeletal phase 2, the Trojan horse plates. If they acquire that technology, they could perfect their consciousness extraction process, Amanda said. Scale it up from individuals to entire populations. When will they strike? I asked. Commander Garcia tapped her console. Based on the established timeline, we estimate within the next 72 hours. Then, we need to move. Now. Amanda decided. Set courses for Europa Station. Maximum speed, Captain. I ventured cautiously. Even this impressive vessel cannot stand against a Council extraction fleet. Amanda's smile returned, and I was beginning to recognize it as a warning sign. Who said anything about standing against them? We are going to let them complete their mission. What several voices, including my own, exclaimed simultaneously. These two, she said simply. Dr. Zant Koryu are about to see why the Council is right to fear human creativity. The plan, once a man explained it, was either brilliantly audacious or suicidally foolish, possibly both, another common characteristic of human strategies I was learning. Let me ensure I understand correctly, I said during the mission briefing. You intend to allow the Council to abduct the researchers from Europa Station? Not exactly, Amanda replied. We are going to substitute our own people, volunteers, who have been prepared for this mission for months. Lieutenant Jordan elaborated. Each operative has undergone extensive neural conditioning and carries a specialized quantum implant similar to Captain Parker's communication device, but much more sophisticated. Once inside the Council's consciousness extraction facility, Amanda continued, the implants will activate, creating a backdoor into their system. I clicked my mandibles skeptically. Even assuming this works, what does it achieve? Two things. Commander Garcia answered. First, it tells us exactly where they are keeping the extracted consciousness matrices of all previously abducted humans, and second, I prompted. Amanda's expression hardened. It lets us upload a virus directly into their network, a virus designed specifically to free those consciousnesses and return them to bodies we have prepared. My thorax constricted in shock. That's impossible. Consciousness cannot simply be transferred between bodies, like data between computers. Consciousness liberation. That's what the Council believes too, Amanda said, which is precisely why it will work. They have built safeguards against external hacking, physical infiltration, and conventional warfare, but they have no defenses against what they consider scientifically impossible. Because according to all known galactic science, it is impossible, I protested. Jordan leaned forward. Doc, what was Europa Station? Researching again. Consciousness computer. Interface technology. But I stopped as realization dawned. The researchers aren't the target. Their research is, you already have this technology. Amanda nodded. For 3 years now, we kept it secret off all networks developed by a small team in an underground facility on Mars. The Council has no idea what we are capable of. I sank back into my seat, my mind reeling with implications. If humans can transfer consciousness between bodies at will, it changes everything, Amanda finished. The entire balance of power in the galaxy, which is why we needed absolute confirmation of the Council's plans before we revealed our hand. And he provided that confirmation, I said quietly. You did more than that, Dr. Amanda corrected. Your analysis of their extraction process revealed vulnerabilities we wouldn't have found otherwise. Vulnerabilities we need to exploit if we are going to free our people. A new thought struck me. The Council will know I helped you, they will declare. Me, a traitor, hunt me across the galaxy. Only if they survive what's coming, Jordan said ominously. Before I could inquire what that meant, the ship's AI announced approaching Europa Station. Stealth systems engaged. Amanda S.